Welcome back, everybody. Time for some more Bannerlord, and I am in my castle screen right now. If you didn't see the previous episodes, there's a link in the description below that'll take you all the way back to the beginning. And I kind of alternate between doing offline videos and doing live streams in this series, so you'll see some of both, but they're all in the playlist in order and numbered by episode. This, I believe, is episode 9. And so episode 10 will probably be another live stream. I'm in my castle screen where I have just completed training fields. So we're going to start getting some XP bonuses to our garrison troops. We're now working on militia barracks, which is going to start giving bonus to militia recruitment. I just want to do everything I can to make sure I don't ever lose this castle. Eventually, hopefully, we'll take another one and we'll be able to do the same thing there. But for now, that's where we're at. We're going to work on trying to get some more influence, and I'm going to start trying to turn some of our local lords toward my favor. I don't know exactly how that goes, but we're going to figure it all out, because the eventual goal is to start my own kingdom. And it's going to be tricky to carve out my own kingdom in the middle of this other kingdom, because they're obviously not going to take too kindly to that. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, this seems like a great target here would be Ox Hall. De Fortis is the clan who leads that, so we'll have to see what we can do to gain favor with them. At the end of the last episode, we found out that our nation was at war, our kingdom was at war with a second power, so we actually have two separate wars going on at the same time. And you can see that this one's a much more even fight. They're pretty close to us in strength, whereas Britannia, we have largely wiped out. They've got very few troops left. We've inflicted a ton of casualties on both sides, one more sieges, one more raids. But that other kingdom is actually way over here on the other end, so they're really not a huge threat, except for right over here, where there is a part that's a little close. So we might try to gather an army and see if we can take them out. But I've got a lot of new recruits in my army, 22 of them, so we're going to try to find some easy fights to get them leveled up a little bit before we go into anything really substantial. So I'm going into my prisoners in my dungeon at the castle, because I've got 35 looters in there. It gives me a total of 40 prisoners with the ones that I've captured recently. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to town, and we're going to donate those prisoners to try and gain some influence with the leader here. So let's go ahead and donate. No, we're not going to donate troops to the garrison. I want to go to the dungeon. Where's the dungeon? Oh, this is a town. This isn't a castle. That's right. Okay. So we can do it we can go to Tavern District and we can ransom the prisoners. But what I want to do is I want to go to another local castle and actually donate those prisoners instead. So we're going to head to this castle over here and do that. Okay, here we go. So we're in Ormondfard Castle, and we're going to donate all of our prisoners. And we'll see what that does. It doesn't appear to have done anything, although maybe it just doesn't show up. I don't know. I was expecting that to do something. This is our guy here. He's a vassal of Valandia, and he's the guy who runs this castle. And you can kind of see his history, all his friends, and he's got a lot of friends, but he's got more enemies. Now, I want to take a look at myself for a second, because that's what I'm going to start to need. I'm going to need friends. I'm going to need to have those kinds of things happening for me. And I don't know where I find that. Maybe it's in the encyclopedia, or maybe I just don't get that. I'll have to look around a little bit. All right, so I'm not real great at fighting, and I'm the first one to say that, but I have to at least try out one of these tournaments. I've heard some great things. I've seen a couple of other videos of people doing this. So here I am, and it looks like we're in groups of 4. So I guess I'm just going to kind of do my best and see what happens. Oh, I get to be on a horse with a pike. Oh, nice. That was a good start. I want to stay close by to my other people here if I can. Hey now. I feel like that's probably the best way to do this, is to stay close. Oh, nice. So far, so good. We're the only group that seems to have everybody alive still. Nice. I think he's going to finish him off. No, I guess he didn't. Alright, we've got 3 left, so does red. That's a problem. Man, why won't this guy die? There we go. Alright, I think we got this. So far. I gotta have another weapon, don't I? I guess it's the only weapon I've got. Help me out here, guys. He's the only one left. He's running away now. Finish him. Yes. All right, I guess we won round 1, or nearly so. Beautiful. All right, our team is qualified for the next stage of the tournament. I expect this gets progressively harder. It looks like now I'm on the red side, and it's kind of 2-on-2. This is going to be interesting. A sharpshooter and a caravan guard. Okay. So I should have done this before. I should have made a bet. So going to wager 150. It looks like we can win 435. That's a small price to pay, honestly, because I've got plenty of funds. Oh, am I going to be a sharpshooter this time? Oh, it takes a while to reload these darn things, though. Beautiful. All right, he ought to be able to finish him off from here. That was quick and easy. Lovely. Thankfully, I had a guy that was pretty good to help me out. Looks like it's going to be kind of a one-on-one next, though. All right, we'll just skip that round. All right, we're taking on a Valandian Billman this time. And we're going to place another bet. Okay. This is where it gets interesting, because I'm not real confident in my one-on-one abilities. That helps, though. Oh, boy. Not going so good. And I'm down. Yeah. Well, I made it to the semifinals anyway. I guess that's a start. But that's cool. That's fun. I could see that being something that a lot of people would have a lot of fun with. I don't know what happens for making to the semifinals, if I get any kind of renown for that or anything at all. Probably not. I'd probably have to win to do that. But that was cool. My first experience with that. Okay, so the training fields are complete. The militia barracks are complete. The lime kilns are complete. I've got a little bit of everything. I don't really need barracks yet because I've got already more than enough room to grow the garrison. So I'm thinking about things I don't currently have, or things that could be upgraded, like food production would be good. Maybe upgrading another level of training fields would be good. We also have these daily defaults. One is to food production, one is to settlement morale, one is to train militia. So maybe that's what we'll do, so we can continue to grow that. But because I'm going to actually travel and go try to besiege a castle somewhere, so I might be gone a little while. I think we're going to go ahead and upgrade lime kilns again. It's going to take 10 days, but that's going to improve those village productions once again. We really want to get Veriskand and Marin to be very prosperous, if at all possible. And I'd like to get some more territories going too. This is kind of cool. Palasonia, you can look, their sigil is very close to what mine is, but obviously not owned by me. So it doesn't look like, does nobody own them at the moment? Doesn't show an owner. I don't know if that's something I can just kind of get on my own, or if they're just owned by the kingdom in general. So this is going to be a battle worth watching. It's 45 Sea Raiders. They're all infantry. So this should be a great opportunity to level up some of those new recruits that I've got. And I've got, I think, almost 20 of them at the moment. We're going to just kind of stand firm. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to advance. Let me see where they're at. Okay, they're right there. Let's advance our archers out front here. So they can fire first, and then when they get close, I'll just have everybody charge. Our archers should take out quite a few of them before they ever really get close. I wish I had a better spot, but I think this will work. But these guys will have better armor and shields than the average soldier that I face. As you can see, I haven't hit a single one so far, and usually they're dropping like flies by this point. Oh boy. There we go. We're starting to drop some of them now. We'll drop as many as we can before we start charging. We're going to lose a few from his.
Soldiers, attack!
There we go. Let's do it. Oh, they've all got shields. Look at that. Okay. Ah. Nice. All right, that worked out pretty good. It was a little ugly at first. We did lose 5 killed, but we killed 13, wounded at least 25, gained a nice amount of renown and influence from that battle. More importantly, we will have gained a nice amount of experience to some of those new soldiers. So you can see a number of leveling up that I've got to do. 3 of my recruits leveled up. So that's really the goal here. We got some decent weapons and loot that we can trade in from that as well. Loot has become such a great source of money for me. I haven't really even focused on doing quests too much because I find that I can just make more money this way than I can by trying to go around and do quests and kind of slog through things that way. Okay, so I see an opportunity here. Penkenok is only being held by 292 defenders. We've got a huge army over here, Durthert's army. That's our king. And it looks like he's laying siege, so I think we're going to go ahead and join this army. This is an opportunity to take a major part of the enemy's territory from him, and we are one step closer to just wiping Battania off the map. As we sit waiting for the siege to unfold, we do have a free focus point. We also have a leveling up to do here with roguery. We get to choose a perk. 5% more loot from village raids or 10% faster village raids. Ah, boy, that's an interesting one. I feel like the faster village raids is probably a little more beneficial. Then let's decide what we want to do with our skill point. I really am not sure where I want to go with this. I don't see anything. Oh, tactics is actually getting close. So let's go ahead and level up tactics. Our soldiers deal 5% more damage in simulation, so that's cool. So here's where things stand right now. They don't have any food. They're mostly militia. They've got 106 ranged, which makes me a little nervous about an attack. But I guess we're going to sit here and kind of wait it out for a little while. So interesting things happening because he's built these catapults. He's actually catapulting and destroying our ballistas and such when we build them. So it's actually making the siege rather difficult. You can see the second we get something built, his catapults start firing on it and they very quickly wipe it out. So at some point we're going to have to just launch this attack, but unfortunately because I'm not in charge, I don't get to decide that. But I don't know how long we're going to just sit here and do this like this. Oh, here we go. No sooner had I said that than he figured out that we need to get this thing going. So I'll try to choose the archers if I get an opportunity to choose what I'm in charge of, but I guess we'll have to wait and see what the options are as far as who I can command during this battle. It looks like I'm just going to be controlling myself. Okay. We must breach the walls, and I don't feel that a horse does me a lot of good here. Hopefully my specific troops don't take a lot of... I've only got 30 with me. We must not be attacking with the whole force. We probably get reinforcements as we go about. That would make sense. Siege tower, baby. Get me on that thing. But not until we get to the walls. Oh, this is a proper castle here. I mean, because we're attacking a town. This isn't just some small little keep, like a level 1 keep. This is a town we're attacking now. Gotta try and spot some guys up on the walls I can start shooting at. There we go. Get the aim just right. Oh, I think we got it. And they're bunched up there so well that it's kind of hard to miss. He says before missing multiple times. Alright, let's get a little closer. There we go. Let's keep firing from right here. Try to take as many these guys down before we get there as we can. Casualties will probably be fairly one-sided in his favor until we get a little closer. Gotcha. This guy's gonna take 3 arrows before I take him down. Gotcha. Nice. Guess he was the only one up there. Got 8 arrows left. We're losing a lot of guys pushing toward the walls. Alright, let's see. So I've lost 5 of mine so far. I've got 4 kills personally. We've lost 41 dead already. So it's pretty even right now, but obviously we don't have our whole force up yet. So we'll be getting reinforcements as this goes along. Looks like we've got 1 siege tower up. We're about to get the battering ram up there. Oh, darn it. Gotcha with 1 hit. Beautiful. Hey, we've got, you know, there's 2 other ladders on this thing. We don't all have to take the one. Yeah, we've got reinforcements coming, so this isn't a huge deal, but we need to take out more than 20 of his men, which is what we've done so far. Not sure that I want to be up here this early in the fight, but we've got a nice shield wall going on here. Gotta make sure I don't fall off this thing. Gotcha. Is there anybody else going to come up here and help me fight? I feel like I'm by myself. I literally am by myself. Look at all the arrows. Okay. Time to go back down the ladder. I can't believe I'm up there by myself. What in the world? I've killed 7 so far, though. We've got to do better than... We've only taken out 10% of his force so far. Whoa, what's going on down here? Look at all these arrows in my shield. I feel like Jon Snow. Alright, so it looks like what's happened here is that these guys have all gotten stuck. They must have all just fell. So a big part of our force isn't even fighting at the moment. Oh, hey, hello. There we go. They came down. We can get them as they're coming off the ladder. Oh, look at this one. Oh, that's sick. This guy's got a spear through his head. Now, maybe it's just on his back and it looks like it's through his head. I don't know. Alright, now we're starting to get some kills, and obviously we've got so many more reinforcements. I've lost 9 dead from my party so far. That's not too bad. The main thing is we're taking a city from the enemy, and that's huge. Oh, yeah, here we go. I want to try to get around behind these guys if I can. Hello. If you guys are all facing that way, I'm just going to come over here and wreak havoc if I can. Wow, what a bloodbath. Alright, we've killed 67 now. Sieges are always going to be ugly things. I'm gaining some points in tactical. I have a few arrows left. I could probably find some arrows laying around if I really look. Not sure I need to do that. He's getting pretty low on defenders now. He's down to just 123. We've got 380 in the fight now. Imperial cataphracts. Man, we got some serious soldiers fighting in this thing. I'm just kind of looking around. Trying to find some arrows. Oh yeah, it's getting ugly for him now. It's almost over. He's down to 56 men. I can't even see where most of the action's happening. I got so far away from it. I've still only lost 9 dead, 8 wounded. So I've personally killed about as many as my whole party has lost. Alright, I think we got this. There go the men toward the final fight. He's got 5 men left. And they must be out here. Look at how many men we brought to this fight. I mean, they really never had a chance once we breached the walls. This thing was over. We're just trying to find the last 5 men. Oh, they're up there, huh? Why'd we come out here then? Alright, there it is. 6 renown, 6 influence, 3.7 morale. Casualties ended up being pretty even on both sides. So we've gained ourselves a new city. And let's see how this all shakes out afterwards. Oh, we've got 17 prisoners that we got to take. Got a number of folks that have leveled up. Some decent loot. And 452 is my influence total now. Pencannock has taken the vote has started for this, and this is one of which. Oh, we should choose our next subject. Okay, hold on. Let's go ahead and vote on this. I would very much like to have this, but it doesn't look like I'm even being considered. So I guess we're going to go ahead and vote on this. And we'll go ahead and use a little bit of influence so my relationship with him will increase. Okay. So that's kind of where we're at. I don't know where the army's going now, but we're going to go ahead and kind of take stock of things as they stand now. We're going to level up these folks. We've got some more recruits that are leveled up. I want to get some more crossbowmen. I guess just one. I want to look at the kingdom screen now as well as my clan screen. So let's look. We're starting to get a little bit of an edge against Aserai. It looks like they've won 2 sieges though, so we've got to be careful because as quickly as we're taking things from Britannia, we're losing them in our other fight. So I want to back up and see the map. I don't know what we've lost exactly. I think we had Quayaz over here, and we've lost that. But you can see here that it looks like they're down. Britannia is down to just 4. So if we could take all of those, they'd be pretty well done for. I want to also look at my clan screen as I'm watching that tier, and we're getting close to tier 3. I want to go ahead and think about what else I can do with my companions. I could start a separate party with additional troops, which would kind of give me my own little personal army, and I could do that to kind of spread out the number of troops I have. But I can also continue to add to the garrison at Veriscan Castle. I don't know. I'm thinking about that. So we're actually back with the army because we're headed toward Thrakdore Castle to besiege it as well. So that'll be our first fight against a different opponent. You can see we've got huge numbers of troops. We're actually pursuing his army at this point. If we can catch up to them, which it looks like we just did, we're going to get into that fight. And it looks to be a pretty good one for us. Nearly 700 men against 236. Okay, we're going to lead the archers, 31 of them. And our job is to skirmish in front of the army, so I'm just going to tell them to follow me. Although if the army's going to keep moving like this, I'm not really going to be able to skirmish in front of the army. Excuse us. Thank you, thank you. Let's get up here and try to get this high ground. Maybe right in these trees. It'll be a good spot. Although it looks like the army's going to keep moving, so maybe not. I'm going to come out to this side. Maybe we can get some clear shots this way. It's a nighttime battle. Or nearly so. I imagine we'll get some updated orders before long. I'm trying to get over there, although I'm not in the center. Now he wants us behind him. Oh, we are owning these guys. Skirmish? All right. My goodness. This has been super one-sided so far. 30 dead to 5. I want to get in on this thing. You guys hang tight. Let me find somebody to kill before it's over. There's so many of ours. This was never really something he had a chance in. Charge! Oh, there they are. Can't see with these trees in the way. Gotcha. The Mameluke soldier. Nice. Got an Azurai recruit for 106. Oh, I love this sword. It's a little tougher to hit because it's not as long as the one I had before, but when you do connect, man, it does some damage. It's so hard to see where these guys are. Oh. All right. Easy victory. We wiped out his army, or at least a good portion of it. At least 200 of them. My name is Peric, and I'm forever in your debt. Hey, no problem. Glad to help. Give me some prisoners, some really nice prisoners, too. Maybe we'll try to see if we can add some of those to our party. So this is our first encounter with this enemy, so obviously very different than the one we fought before. We're going to stay with the army because I would guess we're going to go besiege the castle. Oh, maybe not. Where are we headed? Oh. We're doing a little looting, are we? I'm just going to send my troops in for this one. How many do we lose? 5. I've actually got a smaller and smaller army all the time because I've got 48 plus 5 wounded. We've got a lot of prisoners with us. We got to be careful of that. Oh, we going for this castle over here? I don't know if we're ready for that. Where's the other half of our army? We had another force with us. All right, let me pause for a second here. We've got a lot of leveling up to do, and then I've got to decide what I want to do here because I really would like to go back and trade in some of my loot and get some folks refit, get my force a little bigger because it's actually pretty small at the moment. Although we might be able to deal with that by recruiting some of these prisoners, and it looks like I'm finally able to do that with some of these guys. Not a lot of them, but some. Okay, cool. All right, we've got a vote to make here. Tier 4 plus clans gain 1 influence per day, and the party size of their leaders is increased by 50. I'm going to oppose this proposal. Well, no, we'll abstain because it doesn't really help me as a Tier 2 clan, but it looks like it got adopted. Well, that kind of stinks because that gives more influence to the powerful clans. I really want to see us finish Britannia off. So I'm going to form my own army, go after one of the remaining Britannian strongholds, and see if we can deal with them on our own, since our own kingdom seems to be looking elsewhere right now. So let's go ahead and form an army, and we're going to add whoever is available to this army. We've got a lot of available influence right now, so I'm going to spend some of it. What's that going to give me? 345. That's giving me 390. I feel like that's got to be enough to deal with whatever Britannia has got, because they've only got 1,600 total. So in any one place, there's no way they'd be able to do too much. So let's go for Astor Castle. I'm going to go get close to it. We got to wait because it's going to take a little while for the army to get here. And I don't know what... No, he's traveling to Abcomer, so he's not headed that way. There, we've got a decent part of our force, and he's got 222 men. Looks like he did have an army of 304 men going that way. So we may find ourselves drawing them out before the rest of my army gets here, but I think we can probably take them on. And I'm going to go look real quick and see if there's anybody else that maybe now is available to be added to my army. Maybe not. So unfortunately, it looked like the last part of my army that would have given me over 300 men got intercepted by what was a smaller force and darn near wiped out as they were making their way here. So hopefully they've got a lot of wounded. There's 17 wounded, so we're only going to end up with about 280 total. What? We're no longer enemies? Oh, you got to be kidding me. We ended the war when we had them so close to total defeat. Oh, that's so frustrating. I guess now we go after the Aserai. All right. Well, that's really disappointing because we would have taken this castle. But, okay. No longer at war with them. Saved their hides, that's for sure. All right, so now we look this way to a much stronger enemy. All right, looks like there's a pretty substantial force from my kingdom already laying siege to Thraktoray Castle. We can add to that and make this an overwhelming number. So I guess we have to wait until he actually fights. I need more recruits in Cheris's garrison since I'll be elsewhere. Maybe you can recruit 8 Valandian Gallant and bring them to the garrison for me. Yeah, we're going to pass on that right now. So I might go ahead and disband my army and then join Ingalthar's army. I think that's probably the way to go. Actually, before I do that, let's see if we can chase down this guy. An enemy army. Now, granted, my force is so big that I may have a little bit harder time. Oh, here's another one. What I'm trying to do is lure this guy back. Yeah, I'm just too slow is the problem. I don't think we can catch these guys. We've got a couple of armies over here. I think we're going to catch these ones. No, I guess not. All right, back to my original plan, I suppose. Wow, we're attacking a castle with a garrison of 7. I don't think I'm even going to bother with that one. We'll just send our troops in for the victory. Very little to be gained by it. But it's a castle we've taken from the enemy, and that's the important thing. And I've made a new friend in the process and grabbed an archer. So every little bit helps, and that's kind of what we have to keep telling ourselves. We'll play this out a little bit longer, and then we'll kind of see where we go from here. We should be voting on who gets this castle, no? Let's go into the kingdom screen and see. There we go. Hey, I'm here. Can I have it? No, we're not even going to think about giving it to poor old Melchizedek, are we? All right. I'm out. All right, I've spotted an enemy party, 50 men. I think we can track them down and help out. Looks like there's also a major battle that just broke out nearby, but I don't think we're going to be in a position to help out once this is over. He has no wish to fight me. Okay. Actually might let him go. Because I think I'd probably rather help out with the big fight. How's that going? Not particularly well at the moment. And there's more reinforcements rushing in. I feel like I would just doom myself if I get involved in that one. So we're going to go back after this guy again after all. We got to take him out and then get out of Dodge. Yeah, I changed my mind. I want to fight you after all. I think we'll probably end this episode after this fight because it feels like we've been playing for a while now. I don't know how much of it I've recorded, but oh, nice open battlefield. This is nice.
Arrows!
So let's get them out in front. I don't know, right there.
Archers! Forward!
How many of these horsemen can we take out before they get here? Yeah! Nice. Alright. Everybody charge. There we go. Kill the horsemen before the rest of his troops even get here. We'll kind of deal with all of them, and then we'll turn around and deal with the rest.
Charge!
Gotcha. Sword's still a tricky one to use. Alright. Wow, that went actually really surprisingly one-sided. I thought it would be a little bit more of a fight than that. I love the open battlefields, though. It makes it a lot easier, even though I kind of bungled the initial deployment a little bit there. But that went really well, and we just wiped out a force that could have reinforced that other fight. You are my prisoner now, sir. I feel like I'm playing, like I'm fighting the Saracens, you know? I mean, like, it seems like that's who these guys are meant to represent, you know, like Saladin and those kind of guys. 30 prisoners, 23 troops. Oh, he had 30 prisoners. Interesting. Obviously, we can't hold all of these guys. Let's see who we're going to kind of wipe out. Recruits, looters, not necessary. What's that get us down to? Yeah, that's a manageable number now. Okay, now we're going to get out of here and we're going to head back. That's a really nice amount of loot from him. I'm going to have to take a look at some of these weapons and armor because I may be able to upgrade some of my companions with those. Sorry, though, that's a fight I feel like I'm abandoning my people, but I honestly just feel like I'd be wasting my army if I got involved in that fight. So we're going to head to the nearest town, Sargot over there, and I think that's where we'll probably wrap this up. There's a big group of forest bandits. Oh, there's another big army going to help out. Hopefully that'll help, and maybe we'll go get involved with them in the next episode. Let's see. 2,200 for the prisoners. Yeah, let's do that. And I'm not going to trade yet because I feel like there may be some of what I have that might work. So let's take a look here real quick. First things first, I want to look at my party. We're going to upgrade again. So we're getting into substantially larger battles now as this thing progresses. And then the other thing I want to do is go ahead and look at my own weapons, but then also pointy war sword. That just doesn't sound very scary, does it? But it's a decent weapon, and you can see the cut damage it has when swinging. It's not as light as the other one, but it seems like it's got longer length. and it's got a little better. I feel like for me personally, from the lack of aim that I have, maybe that's the better way to go. Heavy Executioner's Axe. That's pretty epic. But no, not so much for me. All right, so one last thing. We're going to look at the armor real quick. I don't think there's anything here that beats what I have. No, not even close. But that doesn't mean that's the case for the others. She has no helmet at all, so that's absolutely going to help her. The Emir's helmet, that's kind of, oh boy, that's kind of awesome. Sweet. Let's look at, she's only got a leather cap, so maybe we give her the other one. Where'd the other one go? Oh, it's down here now. All right, there you go. That'll help you out. We definitely need to get you some armor, though. Jeez. I guess we're going to have to probably buy some because really all we have are tunics. There's the War Razor. We might give that to her. Oh, it can be two-handed or one-handed. And maybe that's why I'm having such trouble using it properly. All right, I think we're pretty good there. She's got nothing on her arms. So let's give her that. We've got to get our companions a little better protected than what we've got right now. So I'll figure all that out. But we're going to wrap it up right there. Real quick, we'll take a look at the kingdom and clan screens. We are at 282 clan tier. We need 68 more to hit tier 3. I think I'm probably going to start forming separate parties with some of my companions moving forward. We've got to get some additional holdings. I don't like only holding one castle. I want to have a few more if I'm going to think about forming my own kingdom. I've got to have multiple holdings before I do that. Now here, we're starting to gain an edge on Asarai, which is the only place we're fighting right now. We've evened out almost with the sieges. One more will do the trick. So let me know your thoughts about all of that, and we will come back next time and look to probably do a live stream and look to get that clan tier up to 3, look to gain a couple more holdings through any means possible, and we'll go from there. If you have tidbits, ideas, suggestions, I am open to that as I learn more about this game, and we'll see what happens. Thanks a lot.